Hi Libra, welcome to July. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And before I start your reading, I want to call in some good energy. How are you guys doing this month? So we have a full moon, lunar eclipse in Capricorn on July 4th or the 5th. It could be the 5th depending on where you live. And that's happening in 13 degrees Capricorn. So wherever that is in your chart, that's going to be activating that area. And the opposing sign Cancer. So for you Libra, I think it's home and work-life balance. Home and family. And how to serve both sides. But something is coming to completion this month at this eclipse. And this energy is going to be in effect until the next eclipse in November. But this is the last one, so for 6 months. This is the last Capricorn eclipse that we've had these eclipses in Capricorn and Cancer for the past 2 years, 2.5 years. And now they're moving into Gemini and Sagittarius energy. So there's I feel like there's a culmination. Something is completing. It's like you're at the end of a lesson and getting ready to move into a new cycle. And then we have a new moon in Cancer on the 20th, and that's at 28 degrees. We had a new moon in June at 0 degrees Cancer, so this is the second new moon. So whatever you didn't get right the first time, you can try again. You're getting a second chance. So let's see what the... and then Mercury, I forgot to mention Mercury. Mercury has been retrograde, and it will be retrograde for part of the month. It will go direct in the middle of the month on July 12th. So once Mercury goes direct, if you've been holding off on signing contracts or purchasing equipment, computer equipment, you can do so. A lot of people get crazy around Mercury retrograde. I mean, yeah, things do happen. Things, stop functioning properly, you have all kinds of glitches. But really, Mercury is here to have us take some time out and to review where are we in our lives and where are we going and what do we need to redo or fix to make it better. And usually by the time, when you're redoing something under a Mercury retrograde, the end result is much better. So I don't dread them, I don't fear them. It's just I welcome them. It's a time to do some cleanup. Take a time out, take a breath. And reorganize, restructure, see where you're going, recalculate. So what does Libra need to know? What will the eclipse bring? What will the full moon eclipse in Capricorn bring to Libra? And what will the new moon bring? These are cardinal signs, and Libra, you're a cardinal sign. Cardinal signs love to initiate. They love to start things. They sometimes get bored after they start things and don't want to finish them, but they have the earth signs for that. Well, the fixed signs will finish anything. They hold the line. So what are you going to be starting this month? You have an opportunity to start something new, and especially since this energy, these lunations are falling in your angular houses. So it's a great time to initiate. What do you want to initiate in your life? What does Libra need to know for July? What is coming up for Libra this July 2020? Okay, let's see what we get. Okay, 7 of Cups. This is perfect for Libra. Being stuck in the choices. The Ace of Swords. The 4 of Wands. The 6 of Wands. The Knight of Cups. The 9 of Cups. The Hermit. The Page of Swords. The Knight of Swords. The Queen of Swords. Okay. So the Queen of Swords could be you as the air energy. But you have the, okay, so you start the month off with the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is about being stuck in the choices. You have a lot of options in front of you. And you're trying to decide, like, what do I do? What do I choose? I don't know what I want. I don't know. Should I go here and do this? Should I go there and do that? I have so many, you know, you have a lot of talent. Libra is very talented usually. And there's a lot of things that you do well. So now that you're being offered all these options, that's the worst thing you could do to a Libra, is give them options, because they have a hard time making a decision. Because both sides look good. You know, you could see the value, you could see the positive on both ends. You know, some people are very rigid and they just stick to one side, and, you know, they go, this is right and this is it, and I'm not budging. Like usually a Taurus or even a Sag, sometimes they can be very dogmatic. But a Libra, you're always balancing. You're doing a balancing act. You know, well, I see your point, and well, I see your point. So it's really hard for you to make a decision because everything looks good. You know, you can't, it's very hard to, you want to do it all, but you know you can't. However, you have the Ace of Swords is crossing this indecision. And this is a card of new way of thinking. It's a new beginning, because aces are all about new beginnings. But the swords are about thoughts and thinking. So maybe you're looking at things from a different perspective. And that's going to help you make a choice. You know, there might have been some choices you were stuck. You know, you couldn't decide. But this ace is going to give you that energy, that warrior energy, to cut through the confusion and to make a decision and to take action. This is about taking action. So in July, you may decide, you may make up your mind and take action, decide to take action. Come hell or high water. This is also a time card. So whatever you're taking action on, starting in July, you will see the results. You will see some kind of movement by September. Because this is September, October, November, this time frame. So this fall, whatever you act on, you can manifest. You have the Four of Wands here. So this is a card of stability, security. You know, you're in a good place. You have a lot of support around you. And the Six of Wands, you may have just been recognized at work as being the rock star. You're doing an excellent job. People are applauding you. There actually might even be some type of proposal coming your way. The Knight of Cups. Now this is usually a romantic proposal. So someone may offer you something, or so either you're the one making the offer or you're receiving an offer to connect with someone. And this person feels like a soulmate. You feel like a karmic connection to this person. They're very creative, very sensitive, intuitive, but they could sometimes be a little bit idealistic. They don't really have a realistic view of relationships. They believe in, like, you know, and they lived happily ever after, you know. And this could be you even. But I feel like an offer is coming to you. I don't know that I feel like you're willing to accept and move things forward. But this is the Nine of Cups. It's a wish fulfillment. You are going to be fulfilled this month. Whatever you've been wishing for, if you can take action, even just a little bit of action, you can bring that in. Because here's the proposal. Here's the offer. And you have the Magician here. You're a good communicator, Libra. But sometimes you have doubts about it, that you don't speak up. But Libra is an excellent diplomat, an excellent communicator. You know, all the air signs, they own communication. That's their thing. That's their domain. They're very intellectual. They don't, you know, they use logic and they use facts to look at things and to see things. They're not, you know, these romantic dreamers that just believe whatever they, you know, they paint a beautiful picture and believe it. Libras and your air sign partners of Aquarius and Gemini, they really do the research. They want to know the facts. They don't just, jump off a cliff. So you've got the Magician here. You can manifest whatever you're wanting. But it's in your fear sector. You have to overcome fear. Don't be afraid to reach out and to make things happen. The Magician gives you all the skills you need for success, all the tools. The only thing you haven't been giving yourself is the power of positive thinking. So you have to focus on a positive outcome. Don't focus on the negative. Focus on the positive. And that's how you're going to manifest. Overcome your fear. Don't focus on fear. Focus on winning. Focus on success. Focus on whatever it is that you're wanting to attract in your life. Love, a job, a beautiful home, a partner that you can relate to, a soulmate. You can do it. You just have to focus and not give up. In your environment, you have the Page of Swords. Now, the Page of Swords energy can be tricky because it can mean gossip and spying. So maybe there might be somebody in your group where you work or people that you interact with that is not very transparent. That is just there to report back. So you got to be careful how you communicate in July, especially at work. Because this can represent a spy, a troublemaker, and she's basically the Page of Swords. She's kind of harsh in her communication. So you might be dealing with someone that you feel is very abrupt or abrasive. Maybe you have to have a difficult conversation with someone. Or you're dealing with someone who's very challenging in some way, very independent, very outspoken. They don't care what other people think, and so they could be hard to manage. And you have the Knight of Swords here in your wish fulfillment sector. The Knight of Swords energy, you could be connecting with someone. Could be another air sign or someone who's even an Aries. Someone who's very like a go-getter. They know what they want and they jump on it. They don't waste time. That's kind of like Aries energy. They don't have the patience to wait. I see, I want, and I'm just going to conquer it, Because the Knight of Swords energy is a fast-moving energy. And sometimes a little bit argumentative. So you don't want to, choose your battles wisely. You don't want to be fighting with everyone in July. Because Mars is going to be squaring Mercury. So there's that tension is high. The tension or the potential to say something in the spur of the moment or the heat of anger. Something that you're going to regret. So just be careful. Practice, discrimination when it comes to words. And really communicate what you're trying to get out without any misunderstandings. This energy, and there could be people around you that are actually defending you, that are favorable to you, but you may not see it. You might when this barbecue is over, but it really helped me to play music whenever I felt down or depressed. So it can help you too. The Queen of Swords is the outcome. Now, this Queen of Swords energy can represent two different people. One way the Queen of Swords could represent is that you might be working with someone or dealing with someone who has very harsh energy. And they're very abrupt, they're very black and white, they don't compromise. And the way their communication style is a little bit abrasive. At the same time, you could be represented by the Queen of Swords. Maybe you're keeping people at a distance because you don't want to get hurt. You've been through a lot. And you have this exterior. It's like you're sending the vibe or the message, I'm not interested, stay away. So if you want love and if you want to connect with people, you have to drop that air of independence where you feel like you're giving the message, I don't need anyone. I'm okay. I don't need anyone. And I think that that's not true. I think we all need someone. And you may need someone more than you realize, but you don't want to admit it or you don't want to show it. And maybe you're worried about what people will think if you suddenly, change your lifestyle. So I don't know. I think overall, you have the Nine of Cups here, so you're in for some pleasant times in July, where you can just kick back and really feel like you're enjoying life for a change instead of just working. So let's see what the astrology has to say. The full moon lunar eclipse in Capricorn is happening in your 4th house. So the moon is in your 4th house, the sun is in your 10th house. So there is definitely some type of culmination, some type of career success. And also a full moon will shine a light. So if there's been any confusion around work or what you're supposed to be doing, what direction you want to take your life in, where is this relationship going, this full moon will bring that all to the surface, and you can evaluate it and make a decision there. Either you're pursuing this relationship or this situation, or you're leaving it behind and moving on to something else. So you might have obligations around family or work. With Mercury in the 10th house, it's a great time for communication. As soon as Mercury goes direct, if you want to talk to your bosses about certain things that are upsetting you, you can do it. You can, and Mercury is sextile Uranus. And where do you have Uranus? You have Uranus in the 8th house. You could get a windfall. Money could just come in out of the blue from where you least expect it. Either money or financial support and advice. But people have your back. Your family has your back. So don't ever think that you're alone, because you're not. You have Venus in the 9th. If you're falling in love with someone this month, it could be someone from a distance, someone from a foreign country, someone who is culturally very different than you, and expands your awareness by the association. So, they're teaching you things and expanding your consciousness and your belief system. Mars is in the 7th, so there's going to be activity this month in relationships. Either you're going to be really fired up to go and find a relationship if you're not in one, and so you're going to put yourself out there trying to meet someone, or if you're in a relationship, you're going to really fight to save it, to get down to the bottom of things. Like, what do we need to do? What do I need to do? Because wherever Mars is in your chart, it shows where your energy, what the focus of your energy is. So I think the focus for you is to take action to get what you want. Here's this 9 of Cups. It's just waiting for you. Take action, communicate, even have a difficult conversation. It may not be easy. It's not always easy to confess your feelings for someone, or to tell someone how you really feel about whatever, even if it's not a love thing, even if it's just a work thing where you've got complaints for something. There's a grievance. It's difficult, but you can do it. You can achieve your goal. You just have to get out of your comfort zone, make a decision, take action. So now the new moon in Cancer will be falling in your 10th house. If you've been struggling with career matters, not getting ahead, feeling like you're in limbo, that should start to break now that you have the new moon there. So you could be taking a different direction with your career. Let's see what else is going on. You have Mercury in the 10th with the moon. The moon is with Mercury in the 10th. So there have been some fluctuations in your career path where you weren't maybe sure if you were on the right path. But I think by this new moon, you're going to be, knowing what to do and moving in that new direction. Because this moon gives you an opportunity for a new beginning in your career or your life path. So it's not always like some people will say, well, I don't have a career. I'm a home person, whatever. But it's a change in status. So you could go from single to married, from married to single, from unemployed to employed, at a good job. I mean, you've got Uranus in the 8th, so anything can happen. Jupiter's in the 4th. It's a great time to be putting down roots that are going to serve you in your later years. So this full moon is bringing something to culmination between home and family. The new moon is giving you an opportunity to have a new beginning in your career or your life path. But it's going to involve speaking up. It's going to involve using your mind, not your heart, and coming up with innovative solutions. You have Mercury is sextile Uranus, so you could be connecting with someone, communicating from a distance, maybe using technology that's going to get you, like you could be on a dating app or connecting with someone through Facebook or the internet. If you are connecting with someone, let's see, you have Uranus and Mercury in the 10th. You could be coming up with innovative solutions to any kind of problem. Mars is in is conjunct Chiron, which is the wounded healer. It's an asteroid known as the wounded healer, and it's in your 7th house. So maybe you're confronting some of your wounds around relationship, where there's something that needs to be healed, so you can move on. Jupiter's in the 3rd, so it's bringing you opportunity to connect with your relatives, brothers and sisters. Those energies are working well. Oh no, it's the 4th house actually. So Jupiter in the 4th, I was in the wrong column. Jupiter in the 4th, this is a great time for you to put down roots and find the perfect home environment. So if you're like renovating your house, it's going to be bigger and brighter. If you're looking to buy a home, it'll be bigger and brighter. You could have a lot of people over and discuss things at the home, teaching and learning. Neptune's going through your 6th house, so if you have any kind of, there could be some confusion at work. You're not really sure what management is doing, and people are not being that transparent. And if you're feeling under the weather, it could be something that's hard to diagnose. Maybe it's like mental stress, not something that you clearly see on a test or an X-ray or something. The only problem I would say is watch your communication style, because Mars is squaring the moon. So, let's see. So really, this is a month where you need to take action, where you're going to be fired up. Someone may challenge your thinking, and you may find yourself in a debate about your belief systems, your beliefs, and someone may challenge those beliefs, and you may come out with a whole new perspective. But one thing is certain, you need to take action. You've got the Ace of Swords energy. If you want to achieve a goal, if you want this 9 of Cups, you have to tap into the Ace of Swords and learn how to be a little bit more vulnerable. Drop your guard. Don't be the ice princess in the tower. Not letting anyone in, not wanting to talk to anybody. You have talent. Look at the Magician. So you have all the talent you need to manifest your dream, your 9 of Cups. But you just have to make that choice. What do I want? And then throw that vision out there into the universe, and it will come back to you. So that's my forecast, Libra. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, click on the like button or the subscribe button. If you're new, welcome. I hope you're enjoying the videos. And I want to say thank you everyone who has contributed to the channel, either through readings or whatever. Even just clicking the like button and spreading the word is a big help. So I just wish you the best for July, and I hope you take action. I hope you find what you're looking for, and I wish you much success. And I'll talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.